Hi everybody, it's Jill Blanchette with Green Thumb Stampers. I know I'm not supposed to be here today, but I wanted to pre-record something for you. I had time. I thought that after my giant mishap, you guys, I dug this out of the garbage to show you. After my giant mishap with my snowman card, I just knew that I had to make him, finish him, do him again. He was almost done. Oh, that's what I forgot to put on him now that I see this. I'm making my video backwards. Normally I'll do this part. No, I don't. I do this part after. The beginning I do after that I get everything done. But I got to put some little sparkles. I'll show you up close. Can you see I got some of that sparkly stuff on the branches, which I forgot to put on the sample that I just made. So I will go and add that to give it a little bit of glitter. So just remember that when you see the video that I didn't have the little glitter stuff on his branches. So I just know, as I was saying, I had to let you guys see a finished snowman card. So I did it on the fly. You'll find that out. You'll see that. I kind of did it like I was live, but I wasn't live. I'm not live. So anyway, that's it. The new catalog has started, guys, so I hope that you have had a chance. Hopefully you've gotten them in the mail by now. If you didn't get one in the mail, and you normally get one in the mail from me, let me know and I will get you one. And if you don't normally get one from me or anybody else and you would like one, also let me know. You can go to, you can just email me, greenthumbstampers@hotmail, and let me know in there that you would like one. And that's it, guys. I'm going to get you going. Enjoy. I'll be back again. And that's it. Bye, guys. All right, so let's get started. I've got an 8.5 by 5.5 inch piece of paper, folded in half at 4 1/4. I'm going to put a layer of evening evergreen. Yes, this is now retired, but I'm going to put a layer of evening evergreen on top of that. And it measures on the 1/8 inch, so it is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. We're going to put that over the top, trying to leave the same amount of border around the whole thing. And then I found this piece of paper from, I think it's Painted Christmas was the name of it. We had it in the holiday catalog the last couple years. That is 5 1/4 by 4, and I'm going to put that one on top of this one. Right here. And then on top, or underneath the snowman, I have cut out an evening evergreen and a soft succulent piece from the Christmas pine cone set. It's still in the catalog, these two big pieces, and then it does do some pine cones. You could cut some pine cones as well for this, and I will show you when we layer our snowman on top. The pine cones might be some cute filler, but I'm going to go ahead and glue these two together with my green glue, and then I'm going to be right back. So I've put some of my green glue all over the back. Now, if you have the double-sided sticky tape stuff, you could use that, and it would use it on this. Well, you could use it on both pieces, but then you would just peel it off. I'm drawing a blank on what it's called right now because I need to know what it's called and I don't have it, but I will try and get that into my brain here. When I go off camera again, I will look if I can't remember it. But I'm going to glue those together, let them dry for a second, and basically we're going to layer that on here and build our snowman on the top, but I might end up needing to cut it. So give me a second to let this dry. We're going to move on to our snowman. We need to bring in our die cut and emboss machine. Probably don't need that in there quite yet. I'm going to move it back out for a second. So I'm going to make the snowman by using the Ringed with Nature dies. We need this big one first and the embossing plate. Now the dies portion will lay right on top of the embossing plate, and it kind of will stick right there. Then I think I'm going to try and do these three smaller. I'm going to try these three smaller ones up here at the top. So the one that I messed up when it squirted all over me, I used this big one, and he just looked a little bit big. So I'm going to try the little one down here. And I'm going to emboss or stamp directly onto my embossing folder with the ink. I'm going to lay my paper. Guess I'll lay it on this side. I only want those three here. I'm going to lay my paper here. I'm going to close it up. And I'm going to run it through my machine with the base plate, the embossing folder, and then this number 4 gray specialty plate. And this is what we got. So now, what I did on my other one, I'm going to take these pieces and I'm going to take my pecan pie ink and I'm just going to kind of rub around and darken it up. I don't really care how much of it got the ink on it to put on the paper. I just, wanted enough to give it some color. So I'm going to use my blending brush right on the ink pad to darken that up a little bit. My paper is crumb cake. I could have used the pecan paper. Pecan. I call them pecans. So, all right. So I just put that down. Leave that out because I'm going to need that again. I'm going to set these three aside. I've got a white piece of paper now. I'm going to bring my embossing folder back. And I want to do, let me show you. I'm going to put that back in there. And then I want to cut just, I gotta try and see which one it goes to. So that one looks like it goes there. This one must go over here. And this one goes over here. I'm just trying to line up by the notches and such on the... All right, so now we're going to take this big one away. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to ink up this portion of the embossing folder. And I'm going to put my white paper, oops, and I didn't do the right one. I wanted this one, so I want this one over here. So put that in there. Right there. I'm going to put my paper down, and then I'm going to shut it. Bring my machine back with my number 4 plate. That sounded bad. It sounded like everything shifted when I set that down. I'm going to go back twice, forward and back, just to... see what we got. Oh, it didn't do too bad. So there we go. Got our 3 inner rings. I'm going to take these out. Putting this die back together on the sticky is a little bit crazy, trying to find the right places to stick everything. Alright, but I don't want to lose them, so we're going to call that good. I'll stick that down. Now this, take that and rinse that underwater, wash that off real good. I close up my ink because I don't need it. My sample I was trying to make earlier, if you saw my oopsie photo, the one I squirted the black enamel stuff all over, that one I had to rub a little bit of the pecan ink on it, just to fill it in a little more. It didn't quite fill in how I wanted it, so I'm going to glue these down on here, just flat, like so. Right here. Maybe that goes over here. Looks a little better. All right, now there's our snowman pieces. Now we need to give him some arms. I'm gonna bring my machine back in, and now we're gonna use just the die. And I have some early espresso, and I'm getting 2 of these branch pieces. I'm going to run those through. Oops, I got it backwards, so let's see if I can run it through from the other side. There we go. Got a lot of static going on the last few days. All right, let me move this. So now we've got his arms here, and what I did was I just cut off the leaves to give him actual stick arms. Okay. All right, so now we are ready to kind of put him together. So this is where, like I said, if you want to leave this whole thing on there, let's try and layer him up a little bit and see. So there he is. I'm going to go ahead, just for assembly's sake, I'm going to kind of glue them together so I can move them around. Without any problem, and just see if we want the, I think we'll have it stick off like that. It's a little bit busier. Actually, I'm going to cut it apart. And break up so it's not one giant piece. So I'm just cutting it at the places that look and we're going to stick that over here. Kind of push it around a little bit. And you could cut the pine cones off a little bit, but this is where I said if you want to put the pine cones in brown on here, you can. Cut them off a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and cut them off altogether there so I can get a better feel for my greenery. I want it to, it can't really stick out from the card, so it's got to go perfect. I'm going to put that one there. And let's see if we can kind of put this guy over here. Yep, that's exactly what we're going to do. I think that's that looks good. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on here and glue it to my snowman, just again so that everything's moving together. And I'll put this one over here. And glue it on. Now, if you want to make some brown pine cones with those dies, go ahead and do your pine cones. So pretend this is the brown, and then just tuck them in here so that they're sticking out. And give you a little bit of the brown showing, and it'll just blend in the pine cones from back here. Now here's his little arms. Probably could have put those on first. Put a little bit of adhesive under there. And I want them to kind of go up in the air. They kind of blend in with my foliage stuff there. But it works. All right, so there's his little arms. I'm going to glue this on flat because there's a lot going on there. So I'm just going to glue it on. No, you know what? I'm going to pop it up. I'm going to pop him up on there. I think he'll look cute. Sticking up, if I can find all my dimensionals. Here we go. Gonna put a whole bunch of these on there. I'm not going to go. Well, I am going a little crazy with them, but all right. I'm going to call that good. off our backs. And we need to do his scarf actually before I glue him down, just to make sure that it's not going to get to where I can't slide it underneath. So let me find the ribbon for his scarf. Hold on. I'm using the braided linen trim, and I just need a I gotta get enough to wrap around and kind of tie. I can trim it when I get it around there. So we're gonna put it under his head, under our greenery. Again, we probably could have put this on before we put the greenery on. Now I will stick him down. So we'll stick him down here. Now we've got his scarf, and I want to pull this. This ribbon is really cool because you can pull it and then it spreads it open. And then you can actually even fray the ends of it to be more scarf-like. And then I'm going to pull that around his little chin there. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive to glue it in place. And then I'm going to fray or expand this side a little bit. And then we will like tie it. I'm going to wrap it around and not really tie it, but so I'm going to go this way. Tuck that in there. Pull that out a little bit again. And I'm going to get a little bit of a dimensional to see if I can hold that in place. Let's see. Without it showing too much. Glue is a little, kind of tighten it, fold it over, bring this guy back a little bit, push it down, and then pull it back open again. And so there's a scarf, but we don't need it that long, so I'm going to chop it off. And then I'm going to fray the ends again. So he's got kind of a long scarf there. But I think it looks cute. I'm going to glue that onto that dimensional, stick that there good. And then now we are ready to finish up with our face and our words. So give me another minute, hold on. So to do his face, this time I'm going to try these brush metallic dots, adhesive back dots, that I colored with my dark black Stampin' Blend. And I'm going to just color those in with the black and let it sit for a second to dry. See if it, yeah, it's drying on there. So I'm going to use these for, I already colored these, so I'm going to use these for his eyes. There. And then I'm going to use these three for the buttons down the front of him. Or the, I don't necessarily know they're buttons, are they? They're just coal, or... Anyway, I'm using those three for down the front. I wanted something that wasn't uniform in shape. And these are an optical illusion. I think they are round, but there's the way that they're like painted or done, they look to not be round. I thought that they were different shapes, but they'll work. They will work. So I'm gonna use those for the face. Then I've got, I remembered about my Thanks a Bunch stamp pad from Celebration. It has the carrots in it, so I'm going to use the carrot from in here for his nose. I'm going to use the little 3B carrot and see what I can get. I brought my pumpkin pie over. See what we get, if I can get just one of those cut out of there. And have it look okay. We'll start with this first one. Like this. I'm gonna try and round it off a little bit first. And let's see how that works on there. All right, we're gonna go with that. I'm gonna glue it on flat. Right there for his little schnoz. There we go. And then we have to put the sentiment on. And because I screwed up my other card when I blew out it's kind of like stickles. It's that Nouveau enamel stuff. It was clogged, I guess. I squirted it too hard and blew it all over me and my card. So I am making this one on the fly. That's why I keep pausing and don't really have all my stuff ready, because I'm making it on the fly. So now I've got another piece of crumb cake, and I'm going to use the Merry Christmas from in here, if I can find it. Oh, it's down here. It's the one that's already pink because I've used it enough times. And I brought my pecan pie is still here. So I brought my, I was going to bring my early espresso, and I still might have to go get it because this might not end up to be dark enough. But, oh, I think that's good. I think that's good. And you know what? I think I'm even going to muddy it up a little bit. Just a slight hint of the pecan on there to blend that, again, the brightness of the color out. So I'm going to get my trimmer. We'll go with 3/4 of an inch. That looks pretty good, I think. I could go down to, I'll go down to 5/8. So it doesn't overpower the top, the front. Now I've been liking to do this to the edges lately, just cut them at an angle, and then we'll just put it across the front there. And I'm going to glue it onto him, my little snow person. And I guess we could put a dimensional on the other end to help keep it up. Put a Merry Christmas across the center. And there you have it, guys. It's not exactly the same card that I saw, that I shared, that I really, really was liking for this Ringed with Nature stamp set. But that's my version of it, and I think it turned out pretty stinking cute. So thanks for watching. I'll be back again. I just wanted to give you guys something to watch so you didn't miss me too much. I had some extra time to make this before I got crazy busy. So take care, and I'll be back again. Have a great week.